go. Hey, what's up? You're listening to the Youth Culture Podcast, where we talk faith, culture, and real stories. We're so glad you're here with us. Lock in.
What's up? Welcome back, guys, to the Youth Culture Podcast. I'm your newest host, Zavi, and today we're here with...
Ronnie.
All right, just
Galdenas.
kidding. I'm the guest for today.
Yeah, so... Again, my name is Ronnie Galdenas. I am the Director of Youth Ministry here at the Shrine of St. Padre Pio and your host. So welcome to another episode of the Youth Culture Podcast, as Zavi so greatly said. And so thank you for that really cool introduction. So we thought we'd switch it up a little bit, but how cool would that have been? You know, so maybe in the future you'll take over this spot right here. But no, I was kidding. So anyway, man, Zavi is someone who I've gotten to know over the past year, and I will continue to journey with into year 2 of youth ministry, and it's been so awesome, so amazing. Before we get into Zavi's story and just to hang out with her for a little bit, I just wanted to remind the viewer, if this is your first time, we exist solely for the purpose that we want to tell real stories, talk about real testimony, how God is moving in people's lives. What you'll hear on the Youth Culture Podcast from time to time is you'll notice that none of us are perfect. We don't have it all figured out. Faith is a journey, as long as you have a heartbeat, and it's a process. And so we need to be patient with ourselves, love ourselves, and give ourselves a little bit of grace. We serve a very merciful God. And so that's one of the coolest things that I've been enjoying. This will be episode 4 so far in this early journey of the Youth Culture Podcast, is that, man, you just hear that we live in a broken world, but even amidst that, there's glory stories of how Jesus is continuing his ministry and how active he is in people's lives and how he's answering prayers. And, you know, one of the things I've told before is that oftentimes, more than not, we'll listen to a podcast and it's always about what's going on in other people's lives elsewhere, and which is great and phenomenal, and how God is moving there in different areas. But we really want to highlight how God is moving here at the Shrine of St. Padre Pio in our youth, part of our culture. And so anyway, Zavi, so happy to have you on the podcast for our episode. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good.
Yeah?
For the most part, yeah.
Let's go. You had an early morning, yeah?
Yeah, well, we survived the tornado, so.
Yeah, we did. We did survive the tornado. That is intense. I've never seen a tornado since I've been alive in San Antonio. What about you?
We didn't even know it was here.
Yeah.
Till after it happened.
Yeah. So we had already filmed an earlier podcast episode, which, by the way, Zavi and her mom, Liliana, have been amazing through these last episodes. They have been such a heartbeat behind the scenes, helping with setup and just making themselves available. And so now to flip you from the computer over to the hot seat is really, really cool. And so thank you so much for doing that, man. You really do have a servant's heart. You know, I don't know if you know that, but dude, just tell us a little bit. We'll get to that here in a second, but tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, where were you born, and also your name. You have a cool name. Like, what's the story with that? I do have a
full name. So my full name is Zavi Cardenas. The first part of my name, Zaviane, or Zavi, as y'all know me, comes from Hebrew. That means a gift of God. And then my middle name, Scarlet, that's supposed to represent, like, the blood that Jesus gave for us after, like, he died on the cross.
Yeah, that's so beautiful. That's awesome. Yeah. Man, I've
like a lot of meaning behind my name.
Do you know, like, where it comes? So, like, the meaning is super in depth. Like, that's awesome. Do you know, like, where it originates from?
Scarlet, I don't know, but I do know that my first name does come from Hebrew.
Hebrew. Okay. Oh, yeah. Yes. You did mention the Hebrew. Man, that is amazing. And so, you know, even going back to, you know, the comment I made earlier about having a servant's heart, you were really involved here, aren't you? Like, would you tell the listener a little bit about what you've been involved with over the years here at the Shrine of St. Padre Pio?
It's a lot, honestly. So from this year to last year, I think it's been, like, the most I've been involved. Mm-hmm. So I'm in the monaguillos, or the altar servers, as people know them by. I've done all 3 roles, cross, candle, and mentor. I've done stuff for higher masses. I was an usher back when I was in confirmation, as well as I do worship team here for Peel Youth.
That's
and
right.
Then I'm a Peel Youth, like, leader, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'll help out at VBS sometimes.
Yeah.
And then now I'm going to do Peel Youth Middle School.
Right.
And yeah, I think that's, like, about it.
Yeah. I mean, that's nothing much. I mean, that's a lot. That's a lot.
Sometimes I'll help my mom with her convivencias, pero that's about it. Sometimes, just sometimes.
I love that. I love that. How do you juggle that amidst school? I mean, sometimes people might be listening. It's like, how realistic is that? I mean, but you do a pretty well job of managing, and so like, what's practical for you?
Last year was difficult because I was in choir last year. Though at my school, you're required to take like an arts for like a year, I think.
Yeah.
A year or two. So I was in choir for 2 years, which juggling that with church, it was difficult, but it was manageable.
Right.
It just depends on how you schedule everything, and like the directors, they're understanding. They understand if you have to like leave for a religious reason or something.
Wow.
Just as long as like you get back to them about like
Yeah.
doing a private practice or something.
Yeah, I love
They're
that.
fine with that.
I love the flexibility too, if it's for religious purposes. So, man, that's amazing stuff. And so, yeah, recently you did join the worship team, part of the PO worship team for youth group, and so that's been awesome. And you know, it's so funny. Like sometimes when you meet somebody, like, I mean, let's just be honest, right? You have kind of sometimes more of a subtle personality in the sense of like. And I think you'd be willing to agree. Like it takes time for you to trust people, but when you do, like you allow people, like into your heart really well.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you care about those people, and you want to make sure that people around you actually care about you. And sometimes when you meet people like that, they're not the type of person that you would think would grab a microphone and sing. You know what I'm saying? Because like it takes a lot. Takes a lot to be able to grab a microphone to sing. I remember I used to hide behind walls, and then family would be like, "Just sing something, just sing something." And so, like, tell me a little bit about like how did you end up saying yes to worship leading? Like, I know that the opportunity was there. We were seeking something, but do you feel like there was a call from God there? Do you want to try something new? Like how'd you ultimately come to that decision?
I've been singing since like 5th grade, right? Since like elementary school. Actually, since before that, since I was like very, very little.
Yeah.
But essentially, I didn't make the cut for my choir, and I was like, okay, I didn't make the cut here. And I was thinking about joining our choir here for the Spanish mass, but I'm like, oh, I'm a no sabo kid.
Yeah.
So that was an issue. So I was like, okay.
Okay, but real quick though, what is a no sapo kid for those who don't know what that means? Because I know what it means, and it's hilarious. Because my wife was listed as a no sapo kid by Giovanni. If anyone knows Gio, that's my. He looks older, taller, but he's the mid.
He has my hair.
He's my brother. Yeah.
So a no sabo kid is like someone who like speaks Spanish, pero
no sabe.
No sabes. So it's like. That's like me. Like they speak like they speak like Spanglish.
Yeah, 100%. That's a very Tex-Mex thing, though. Yeah. Okay, so you know, you didn't make quite the cut.
I didn't make the cut. And at my school, if you don't make the cut, they send you back to the beginners. So you have to relearn everything. But it's like for me, the beginners wasn't like enough. So I was like, okay, well, I don't want to stay in the beginners because I feel like I have like enough. I know how to read music. I know how to write music. I can like do all that just fine. So it was like for me, I was like, okay, I'm just gonna drop it and I'll just take something else. I'll take a different class. So like I said, I went to the music director here. They sing in all Spanish. Pues yo no sé.
Yeah.
So it's like, so then at Deer Creek, I went up to Gio like as a joke at first because I didn't think so, and he was like, you know what? He grabbed the other two, Marielys and Marcela, and they're like, okay, harmonize with them. And then he was like, ooh, I like what I hear. Yeah. And then he was like, just come to practice on this day and da-da-da-da.
Let's go.
And that's how it happened.
What's Deer Creek? I know what it is.
Deer Creek?
For those listening.
Well, y'all should pull up if you live in the area. But Deer Creek is the camp that we do here at PO Youth. And it's like super duper fun. It's really cold though, so make sure to bring your jackets.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and what she's referencing is we had a retreat this past January at Deer Creek Camp in Medina, Texas. And we'll be actually going back to Deer Creek Camp this January 29th through the 31st. It's going to be a mega retreat. It's going to be so good. It's called the Weekend 27, and that's spelled WKND. But
the cool way.
Yes, the cool way. And so, man, tell them a little bit about that retreat. What was your favorite part of the retreat? I feel like I had a lot of favorite moments at that place. Like, what's one or two things that you really loved?
I guess adoration, because that was my team.
Yeah,
I was on adoration team.
That's right. Man, your mom and Dulce did such an amazing job with setting up everything. So shout out Dulce, anyone who knows.
And then when we made s'mores.
Yeah. We killed those s'mores.
And then me and Gio like took out like 6 Maruchan cups.
Dude. On that thought, everyone like destroyed the Maruchan.
They did.
The noodle soup, it was so funny. But they're so good.
They are.
Was there chile? Was there? Yeah.
Was there chile? We had chile, right?
What did we have? What did we have?
We had limon.
Yeah.
We had some chile.
What?
I think that was about it. We had. I know people were putting like hot Cheetos in there.
What? Yeah. You know what's the weirdest thing I've ever done with that cup? The Maruchan. You ready? I put cheese and I put hot dogs in it. Yeah, that just went.
That's not that bad though. That's what people do with bulldog.
With bulldog?
Bulldog.
Yeah, I don't even know what that is.
It's just like ramen.
Oh, okay.
It's a brand.
I always thought it was weird, super unhealthy to be doing that. But what about you?
They be doing like the octopus hot dogs in it.
Oh.
Have you seen those?
Uh-uh.
They like cut up a hot dog and then they cut it into fours and they grill it and they press it down so it makes like a little octopus.
Dude, that sounds dope. Sounds really dope. What's the weirdest thing you've ever eaten that nobody knows? Man, just put you on the spot. Oh,
Ooh,
it's happening.
I'm thinking.
It's happening
No, hold
on
on,
the
wait.
Culture Podcast.
There's a lot of weird stuff. Okay, so when my mom would go on the axe retreats, it'd be me and my dad.
Okay.
One of the things that we would do, white bread, not toast, like untoasted white bread.
Yeah, just normal.
Ketchup and cheese.
Bro.
And just eat it like that.
Yo.
No heating it up or nothing. Just cold cheese.
Cold cheese?
Cold cheese.
I ain't gonna lie, that sounds pretty good.
I mean, it would taste better if it was
that
heated
sounds
up.
pretty good.
If it was heated up, maybe.
Man.
If not, we do with a tortilla, but an uncooked tortilla.
Yeah.
Like, my dad doesn't know how to cook, so it's like.
Oh, you just put him on the spot.
Sorry,
like that. So who's the cook? Is it you, Mom?
It's me and my mom.
Man.
Though I'm like the one who actually likes cooking in the family.
Right. Man, that's pretty cool. So I heard you're a baker.
I am.
But like legit. If anyone has ever seen Zavi's stuff, like it's straight out of a cookbook magazine. Like, how'd you get into that? Why?
So, in my family, there's like, well, my abuela, she was like the head of like this like bakery for like this hotel chain or something like that.
Oh, I see.
If I remember correctly, she was like the head chef, and she had like for like everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So she was the one who had the talent, and my parents say that I'm like a mini her, cause I just have like the stuff for cooking, you know. Cause
Wow.
like even if I burn my food, they still say that it tastes good and stuff.
Yeah.
So like I've been in the kitchen since I was like 4 years old.
Wow.
Just there, just making stuff.
Yeah.
And that's how I just like know.
I mean, just the reality is some people just bake and it's mid. But bro, like the photos that your mom showed me of what you bake, A1. Like, yeah. You got the dog in you when it comes to baking. That's awesome.
The dog in me is a chihuahua.
The little chihuahua, the little poodle.
little
Poodle.
chihuahua.
Man, okay, so let's go through some lightning round questions. Then I got some questions even about like just rhythm, family,
I got you.
and a couple cool things that I wanted to talk about. So lightning round, pizza or tacos?
Pizza.
Sweet or salty?
Sweet.
Okay, I love this question, so I'm going to ask it again. I asked it last one. Early bird or night owl?
Night owl.
Yeah. You're creative, though. I heard that night owls are creative people. Is that true?
I mean, I'll be making brownies at like 2 a.m.
Yeah. But not just that. I mean, like, you love... I know that you have, like, sort of this inkling to like, content creation and getting in your hands
TikTok
into...
channel?
Yeah, you got your TikTok channel, right? So, but I don't know. Like, I'm a night owl, but I, like, love to create music.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I just thrive at night. Like, my mind...
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, now that I'm a dad, slow down a little bit. But that's because I just get tired. I'm getting old, dude. That's it. So, all right. So, night owl, mountains or beach?
Beach.
Why?
I don't know. I'm not athletic, so.
You're not an outdoor
But I also
person?
don't know how to swim, so.
Dang. No swimming.
No
All
swimming.
right, well, if the world depended on you, we're all screwed, but...
Hey, we got floaties in the
Depends.
garage. I'm chilling.
Let's go. All right. A couple more. Favorite artist right now?
Caliuches.
Caliuches? That sounds like a kolache. What is that?
So she's a Mexican American artist.
Okay.
And she does like a lot of like
Pop?
Latin R&B.
Yeah. Another R&B. Man, you're the third person. Alan Stidham, shout out Alan, likes Alan. Likes Alan. Alan likes Alan. He's all about himself. I'm kidding. He likes R&B. Tucker Beatleston on our last episode, R&B, and then you R&B. That's what I'm saying.
R&B.
Like it's Latin R&B. All right. Cut there. Okay, sweet. The last show that you binge watched, or you guys call it rot. You have one?
Yeah. It's an anime though.
Okay. All right.
It's Blue Lock.
Blue Lock. All right, dude. How did you get into anime? Like, I feel like anime's associated with dudes most of the time, but I know that there's homies out there, gals, who like anime. Like, which is cool. Like, I've been a Dragon Ball Z guy. What about, like, so what's,
I've been a nerd. I am a nerd.
Yeah.
But I guess I got into it because of like my brother. Because my brother, he was like major like into anime and all that stuff.
Oh, I see.
So I was like, you know what? Me too.
And pass the baton. Yeah. What is it about anime that attracts you rather than like watching some sort of like live action sort of show?
I guess it's just like the drama, honestly. I like stuff that to where like gets me like not thinking, but I like to where it's like,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. I mean, also the visuals are pretty crazy. They got some pretty rad visuals in anime shows, so can't complain about that. So, all right, we'll do two more. Favorite movie of all time? Think about this.
The Truman Show.
The Truman Show. I don't think I've seen that movie.
It's about this guy, and he was basically like raised in like this bubble.
Yeah.
But they like record his whole life.
Man. Okay. Who's the main actor?
Jimmy Carter, I think.
Yeah, no, I wouldn't know.
Is that his name?
Have to check it out. You said The Truman Show?
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
Oh, so you don't even have to pay for it? Even better.
That's how I first watched it on YouTube.
Is it an old
movies.
movie or a new movie?
It's an old movie.
Okay, like black and white?
Like
Just vintage.
like late 90s, I think.
Oh, okay. Not too bad. Not too
Late
bad.
90s? I think so.
I'm a '90s kid. That's not old. Anyway, okay. Let's see. I like this one. Biggest pet peeve. That'll be the last one for the lightning round.
Ooh. Hold on. I don't know, just messy people, I guess.
Messy people. Are you clean?
I'm not the cleanest, but like everything has a spot, you know?
Hey.
Like you get
Can't
what I
hate
mean?
all messy people and not be clean. Come
No,
on,
but it's like where they have like just like food like thrown around and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Or it's just like people don't have like common sense, like in a way, you know?
Do you pick up after yourself?
Like at my house, no.
Yeah.
But like I'll compare school bags with my friends.
Yeah.
They have like dirt, they have like rotten food and stuff in their school
Man.
bags. They have like
Brutal.
lead and markers all thrown around.
Yeah.
In my school bag, everything's like organized. Everything has like pouches. All the
Order.
notebooks are like
Order.
by like class.
Yeah. I love that. That's sick. Yeah. Your friends' backpacks or school lunches sound like my kids' school lunches and their backpacks. Who knows what's in there at the end of the school year? It's brutal. Yeah. Brutal.
Like
so,
my vanity, it's like an organized mess. Like everything's just chucked in there, but everything is like has like dividers, so it's all like organized by like spot.
Yeah.
But it's not like, you know what I mean? Like chaotic organization.
Right. Yeah. You have OCD?
I don't know. My mom does though.
I can be very OCD, very, very OCD. Like, yeah, I mean, thinking about it, like the phone being crooked on this desk, it's like, line it up. Sometimes I'll catch myself, like, making sure that it's perfect. But anyway, right now it doesn't matter. So I guess I'm not too OCD. But anyway, so let's go back a little bit to your time with the Monaguillos. How long have you been doing that? I think you said it earlier, but just remind me.
Since I was 8.
Since you were 8.
So like almost 10 years now.
Man. And what's that been like the community you found and stuff like that? Like what's been like one of your favorite things?
One of my favorite things was shout out to my mom, by the way, but the trunk or treat that we set up.
Yes, last year. The last one. Was that the first year? ever?
That was the first year that my mom did the trunk or treat.
Okay. It was legit. It was really legit. We had a lot of fun. I got to decorate my car a little bit better. Did you guys decorate a car? Yeah.
No, we had the slot machines.
The slot.
Do you remember?
Oh yes, dude. You guys were the life of the party. Like I could hear you guys way down the parking lot, which was good. It was legit.
So that was like very fun, and that was like the first time where we all like got together as like monaguillos.
Really?
Because before, like, you wouldn't know anybody's name. You would just go in, get dressed, and then just like do mass and call it a day.
Yeah.
But like now, like we actually have like a little sense of community, you know?
Right. Man, and I tell you, your mom is such a heartbeat for that group too. Like, she is hands and feet of Jesus. Like, I remember when I first met her, and like she was telling me all the things that she would do with the monaguillos, and I'm like, man, like, she should be the youth minister. You know what I'm saying? Like she's so good. She has a heart for youth, and she doesn't give up, man. What's it like having a mom like her? We get it, right? Moms will be moms sometimes, but there's so much good that they do for us. Like what's the Lord even taught you through someone like that in your life?
Honestly, I say we have like a super duper chill like relationship.
Yeah.
Like
that you do.
I feel very comfortable talking with her about stuff.
Yeah.
And it's also like she's got my back, I have her back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know what else to say. She's just like, it's like having like a built-in best friend, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So it's like,
that's good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. Man, and I've noticed that your family, your mom, your dad, like they're like super Catholic. Like they're the real deal.
Yeah.
And like, how has that been formative for you with home life?
Well, I was born a cradle Catholic, so I've been here since like day one, essentially, day one of my life.
Yeah.
But both my parents, like, they've always made sure, like, they're like, they don't like put anything before God. So it's like, if I have something for school or like, they like, hey, like, church always comes first, because that's like, that's your salvation.
Yeah.
That's where you're going to end up. School, like, it's important, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But your, like, salvation is very important as well.
Yeah.
And just things like that, you know?
Right. That's so good. I mean, Jesus and his church are not made to be two separate things. Rather, they're inseparable. And so the church is a tool by which Jesus' salvific mission continues in your life and in my life and in anyone else's. And so, it is so needed. It is so imperative. And I love that. I love what you said about that, man. So, man, do you guys like, are you guys the type of family that have like some sort of like rhythm of prayer? Like what's that?
Well, my dad is from Venezuela, right? And over there, people don't often have like a lot of food and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we've made it a point to always pray and give thanks for whenever we like eat, because we never know, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Man, especially with everything that's gone over there. Man, how have you like felt about that?
I mean, I feel bad about it, but it's like we don't have any family over there anymore. Like they've all like moved. So they live in either Europe or they live in like, Latin America, somewhere else.
Yeah, so many families were affected by the earthquake.
So they're all safe, at least for my family.
Good. Praise be to Jesus. Yeah, that's awesome. Is your dad? Would you say your dad also a man of good faith?
I'd say so. Yes.
Yeah.
Before work, he tells us that like he goes to the sanctuary every day and prays like a good like 5 or 10 minutes before work.
Man, come on.
And then we bought him recently a little rosary bracelet, and he does the rosary. That's the first thing he does when he gets in the church. He doesn't say hi to anyone or anything. He just goes straight to the sanctuary and prays.
Let's go. Planting the seed so beautifully, man. What do you think that shows you as a teenager in terms of like seeing your dad do something like that? I know sometimes when we're young, we overlook little things like that. But if you really think about it, man, it's formative to you now. But what does it mean to have? Because look, the reality is, and just to be real for a second, like there's teenagers that wish they had parents like that. They wish they had a father figure who would do something like that. In fact, Pope John Paul II, one of my absolute favorite saints, absolute stud. His prayer life was so ridiculous. And I'll get back to the point here, but his prayer life was so ridiculous because he saw his dad do it first. And and maybe for the ladies a little bit different, like because you saw your mom do it first. But I know that your mom has that prayer life as well. Like she is so solid in her faith. She's so passionate. She does what she does because she believes that what God has done for her, He will do for anyone else. And but Pope John Paul II would walk into the room. And it was a time of communism, and like so there was a lot of rough things happening around him. And he would walk into his room only to find his dad kneeling, and like those things stay in your head. You know what I'm saying? And become so formative. And this is the last thing I'll say about Pope John Paul II. There was this really cool story about like him and his prayer life. And just to say, parents and how they form us at home is so crucial, because the reality is like that will go along with you. And so much so that made such an impact in his life that he learned to pray because he watched his father pray, right? His parents. Then eventually when he was Pope John Paul II had this thing where, and I'll try to make it fast, anytime that he got into prayer, if you had an itinerary or like a schedule, forget about it. Like, be done with it. Throw it away, because he was gonna take however much time he needed to spend with the Lord. Like, it didn't matter. And so there was this one time they were walking into this building, and this building was familiar to Pope John Paul II. He knew exactly where the monstrance, for those of you guys listening, the monstrance is like, I used to call it back when I was in high school, like a trophy-looking thing where we put Jesus, our Eucharistic Lord, in the middle, and we'll have adoration. And so there was this time, this chapel where he could go, and there was this monstrance with the Eucharist, yeah? And they knew that he knew where it was. So what they did was they moved it to a whole nother room. And the hallway that he's walking down with him and men around him, they moved it to another room so that he wouldn't go into the chapel and get lost, because they had a tight schedule and they needed the Pope to be here at that point, right? And they moved it to another room, identical doors, the hall. So like every door looks the same in this hall, and he's walking down. But Pope John Paul II's prayer life was so profound that he could just sense the presence of God, even though they moved the Eucharist to a whole nother room. So when he passed by the chapel, you're like, all right, well, he's passed by, he's good. And then he passes next door, and without anyone telling him, he stops and he turns around and he looks at the men and he shakes his hand and he goes, and he opens the door and proceeds to go get lost in prayer. And I'm like, man, it's such a beautiful thing, like to have such a profound prayer life like that, like Pope John Paul II. But all that to say, you can't help but think, and it's evident that there was people who put that example in their life. And so back to your story, like that's such a beautiful example that you have parents like that, man. And so do you guys do like prayer at home? Like what's your rhythm of prayer, like with family or what?
We do pray together at home, like
That's awesome.
Either once every week or once every 2 weeks.
Man, beautiful. So you guys make intentional time for it?
Mm-hmm.
Come on. Yeah. What do you guys just sit around the living room, or what do you end up doing?
We have like this little altar that we have set up.
Get out.
Yeah.
What?
And it's like Jesus right here, his cross is like in front of him, and then we have like his thorn of crowns that we got from when we went to Holy Land.
Yeah.
And then we have another like smaller statue of Saint Joseph of him sleeping.
Yeah.
And like if we ever have a petition, we put it under him, because that's how God would speak to him.
In dreams. Man, that's so powerful. So where exactly is it located in the house?
It's like by our front door.
What?
So it's like once you walk in, you'll see it immediately.
That's awesome. So you guys will just huddle
That's
around
like,
there?
Yeah. It's like the first thing that you see when you walk into our house.
Man, that's such a beautiful thing. So, okay, you just drop something out of the blue, super like nonchalant. Said you've been to the Holy Land?
Mm-hmm.
What?
We went. That was supposed to be my 15th birthday trip, but I ended up having a party too. So.
What? So how old were you when you went to the Holy Land?
14. And then I had my misa de quince over there.
No way. At the Holy Land?
Mm-hmm.
Man, tell us a little bit about that trip. Like, what was your favorite part? What things did you see?
My favorite part was probably my mass, because it was at like the Annunciation of like where Mary was like announced to be pregnant with Jesus, where like the angels came down to her and everything.
Yeah.
It was a chapel there. And I was the very first person to ever have like something like that there. Like there's never been weddings there for royalty. There's never been like baptisms or misas, quinces, or nothing like.
So this
over
was a
there.
quinceañera mass. Yeah. So a quinceañera actually has a rite in the church, right? So it has a designated place in the church for a special blessing. And so you got to experience that in the Holy Land. That's amazing. So how did you guys book that place? Did you like call ahead of time or like what?
Here's the thing. I wasn't supposed to have it at that like place since like no one in the world has been able to book it out for anything.
Right. Right.
So we got like we were really blessed.
Yeah.
To have it, right? Cuz everything just like kind of lined up perfectly cuz there was 2 groups in front of us who was going to get it, right? Just to like look at the altar and like see like how they have it set up and everything there.
Right.
But we ended cuz we were going to have daily mass somewhere else.
Right.
And that daily mass was going to be like dedicated to me for my misa de quince.
Right.
But we ended up getting it, the altar all to ourselves.
My word.
Just out of like a chance, I guess. It was just set up perfectly because those 2 groups canceled because they were going to go somewhere else instead.
Well, I'll tell you this. As Catholics, there would be a term that we would say, and that's called providence. And that's God's hand in your life. And what a blessing that was to experience something like that. I couldn't imagine no one ever having some sort of event and then you just pop into the blue and by providence and the guidance of the Lord, and then for our Guadalupana to be showing up in a special way like that. Hard flex. Let's go. It's such a beautiful thing, such a beautiful blessing, such a beautiful rite, and I'm sure that meant a lot for you and your parents. Was your dad on that trip, or was it just you and mom?
No, it was just me and my mom. My dad wasn't able to go due to like some scheduling issues at work.
Gotcha. Man, so what else happened in the Holy Land? Did you ride a camel?
I did actually. I did.
What is? Are they soft?
I almost fell off of it. I'm being so real with you.
Like at what point? Like while you were trying to mount it, or when you were trying to get off?
While it like got up, because it like kneels down, right? It's like this. So when it gets up, it like pushes its legs up, and I like wobbled because I wasn't like.
How did they get it to kneel?
They're trained, I guess. I don't know.
Was there like a key phrase?
They just like put their hand and they're like
heary,
like something like that. They
did what? They
were like that, and the camel just like went down.
Yo.
And then they like did that, and the camel like went up.
Come on.
But I almost fell off of it. Yikes.
When it went up?
Yeah.
Dude.
Because the way it gets up is like it moves its like back legs first up, and then it like gets its other legs. And I thought it all went up like together at once. So I kind of like lost my balance.
How do you make it go faster? Like did they tell you how to make a camel run?
No,
like,
they just walked us around like the little area.
Yeah.
It was like a little like pen.
Yeah.
They walked us around it and they had us like come down.
Did you play the Aladdin song? You ever watch Aladdin?
I have. I've only seen the live action though.
Bro, I'm cringy like that. We went to the zoo, like the drive-in zoo in New Braunfels, and like I had to have my moment. So like I played the Jurassic Park theme song as I drove into the gate, so I could feel like it was happening. I was like,
you
bro,
should
this
have done
is
that with the
moment.
rhinos.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Dude, rhinos used to be my favorite animal, and then now they're bucks. Ever since I started going hunting, and which is totally not a Los Angeles thing. But anyway, so that's why I asked. I was like, I'm curious, like if you were anything like me and you played the Aladdin song, I probably would have done the same. I would have done that or the Genie song. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, I'm on a camel, y'all. This don't happen back home. That's crazy. So it just went boom. They just did this. It kneels. You almost fall off.
I almost fall off.
But what was the ride like? Was it smooth?
No, it's very lumpy.
They're bumpy?
It's bumpy.
Dude. Are they clumsy? Like, do they trip as they walk? Or?
No, it's more like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like very like lumpy because they're humps, right?
Yeah.
They have the thing in between their humps.
The saddle?
Yeah, it's in between.
I think it's called the saddle.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so too, Ronnie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you kick it on the side like a horse? You know
No, they just lead them. They follow.
Oh, hey, that sounds spiritual. They follow. Let's go.
Yeah. So they would follow, and it's just like very bumpy. You're trying.
Was the food good? Like they have enchiladas?
No, they had this thing called falafel, and they had like this chicken, but they load you up with vegetables first.
It sounds like Las Palapas to me. What was it though?
It's like this ball of like stuff. I don't know I didn't eat it.
Like a Chipotle bowl?
Oh my gosh, let me tell you. So we were like halfway through our trip, right?
Yeah.
And we were exhausted of having like the same food because it was lamb, falafel, and chicken. Wow. That's all we had.
Yeah.
For like And this is like for like 3 weeks.
Lamb. Does
Just
lamb taste like chicken?
I don't know. I only had the chicken. I'm a picky eater, so.
Yeah.
It's
I don't blame you.
ironic because I cook. But,
Yeah.
so we were all exhausted and we were like, ugh, I want a burger. The whole group, we were like, we don't want no Mexican food. We don't want no Chinese food. We don't want no Italian food. We want a good burger.
Come on.
So our guide took us to go get a burger. And
please say Chick-fil-A. What do you do?
Elvis Presley.
What do you mean?
The restaurant was themed after Elvis Presley.
In the Holy Land?
Yeah, because apparently they love him over there. They're like obsessed with him over there.
What?
Ronnie, let me tell you.
This is news.
Ronnie, it was like 300 for
300?
2 burgers.
Get out.
And
in U.S. dollars?
And you had to pay for fries and a drink on separate.
Bro, they're tripping. Because, like, the Holy Land is the story of the king.
It's because over there, like, beef is, like, for, like, officials, like government officials and stuff like that.
What is?
Beef.
Oh, no way. So since you were not an official, you should have been like, I'm an official child of God, homie.
No, but it's like a tourist trap restaurant, you know?
I see. Elvis.
Yeah. So
as soon as you drive up to the Holy Land, it's like, like, you know what I'm saying? Like is he there?
No, it was like hidden deep in the mountains too.
Get out.
It's like in the mountains.
The king of rock and roll's up there?
Yes. He's just hitting there, like hitting his little like, like that.
Oh, it's a statue?
Mm-hmm. And it's like a big statue of him.
Never in my life. Okay, I've heard stories of the Holy Land. Everyone's got their testimony. But bro, this is news. Like
Bro's
this is
never
news
heard of
breaking.
Elvis Presley in the Holy Land. Elvis was in the Holy Land.
The king of rock and roll, chilling where the king of kings, the tomb is at. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
That's insane.
Honestly, the burger was really dry. It wasn't even a good burger. The burger was dry. The bun was cold.
Yeah.
The cheese was unmelted.
They're slacking.
But honestly, at the time, it was like the best burger I've ever tasted in the world.
I bet.
Because we just all wanted like American food.
Not lamb.
Not lamb.
Dude. Okay. One powerful thing that you experienced in the Holy Land where you felt God speak, if any.
Honestly, I feel like we got to walk the path that Jesus walked on, right? And we got to like go through like the roads and everything that he went through.
Yeah.
Well, now it's like a city, but they have
Isn't
like
it called the Via Dolorosa, right?
Yeah. But it's like a city now. But they have like everywhere, and they have like his footsteps and like where the cross was dragging and stuff on the floor.
That's powerful.
And then we made it up to the chapel where they had like the crosses, like where he was like crucified on.
Yeah.
And then they had it like where his tomb was. And where his cross was, where like his crucifix was, there's like a thing of oil from like a rock where the cross was like stabbed into.
Oh man.
Like where they have it to hold it up. That rock, it just leaks oil every single day.
What?
And then where he was placed in the tomb, they have, I think the tabernacle is there, right?
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
And every single day at like 12 o'clock exactly, rain, shine, snow, it just shines light exactly into the tabernacle, and it makes and it like lights it up. Oh, my sources are telling me it was 3 o'clock.
Man, 3 o'clock.
3 o'clock.
The hour of mercy.
Mm-hmm.
That is mind blowing.
Exactly. It doesn't matter.
It's just like the
every
light's
single
piercing.
day. It doesn't matter like the weather. It doesn't matter like if they have the window closed. The light still gets in there every single day.
That's what I'm saying. It ain't chance. We don't believe in chance. It's providence.
Mm-hmm.
That's God speaking.
Like, and when we went, it was under construction, so they had a tarp over it. But we got to witness like the lights still going in.
Yeah, right into the tabernacle. It reminds me of this story, slightly different, but to be honest, I didn't even think you were alive back when there was the earthquake in Haiti. Was she alive when the earthquake happened in Haiti? No, right? So Haiti
just broke the fourth wall.
So yeah, I did break that fourth wall, man. Hey, it took episode 4 for that to happen. Honestly, that felt pretty crazy. I was just like, but hey, we rock with it. So I just broke the fourth wall. That's hilarious. But going back to that story here in a second was the earthquake had happened and there was a bunch of rubble and a bunch of buildings like fell over, right? I mean, you saw the aftermath in Venezuela, what happened. And I remember hearing this story while I was in youth group, and it was just like, man, it spoke to my heart. And they had made news, came out in an article, something. there was rubble, and they had a rescue team come out to find potential dead bodies or anyone who would still be alive underneath the rubble. And so they got to this area, and this dog, they had like a unit dog, like I don't know if it was a canine type dog or anything, but it was part of the rescue team. And so that there are like departments, fire teams or police, that they train dogs, right? And there's probably a more specific word for that group. They train dogs to rescue life, right? You have like drug dogs and stuff like that, and then there's like life-saving dogs, and they can smell life. So when they smell a living body, they begin to bark. And so this dog starts to just go off, and he's barking, right? Like doing his thing, wah, 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 wah. And so these guys are like, well, he's barking. He's trained to bark at life. Let's start picking up the rubble. So these guys are getting through the rubble, and as they get to the very bottom of it, they see a tabernacle. And at that point, the dog just continues to bark, and he's barking at this tabernacle. I get chills talking about it. And so what there was a consecrated host inside of that tabernacle, and the dog is essentially saying, you taught me to bark at life, that if something is living and breathing, and there it is. So whatever that is, I'm barking, go save that thing, which is what I've been trained to do. And it was none other than the most precious body of our Lord Jesus Christ in the Holy Eucharist. And so like that story where you're like talking about how every day at the hour of mercy, or at least in that moment in time was the hour of mercy, and you get to see that blessing of like the light just piercing through that crack in the ceiling or whatever it was, because I wasn't there, but you were, and for that light to beam and shine, it's like, man, take that, Elvis Presley. You know what I'm saying? Like non-lamb, dry, cold cheeseburgers, take that. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah.
Man, so I'm sure you'll hold dear to that trip for the rest of your life, man. What did it mean to you to experience something so powerful with your mom?
It meant a lot, honestly. It brought me closer to my faith, but it also like got me and my mom like so much more closer.
Yeah. That's a beautiful thing. I love that.
Yeah.
We got to cherish our parents.
We do.
They're only with us for so long, and that's a hard pill to swallow. And so oftentimes we take them for granted. I know that when I was in high school, I did things and I said things that, looking back now as a father, I'm like, man, and this isn't like talking down at you, just speaking into existence. What the reality of it is, sometimes we get caught up with, rightfully so, struggles that we're facing and stuff like that. And, it's just like, man, you say things, you do things that hurts them. And then when you get older, you look back and go like, man, why did I do that? You know what I mean? Like, they deserve so much better. They've given me everything and then some. But even then, they show the mercy of God to us. Would you agree?
Yeah.
Because even time after time, like you may fail, like I may fail, because I did miserably. They still love me. And they still love you. And they forgive you. And they would take you in time and time and time again. Just the way that Jesus on the cross would do it again and again if he had to, just to have you for all of eternity. Such a beautiful thing, man. And for you to share an experience like that, I love that, man. Really. And so what's like kind of your like the people in your life that you surround yourself to stay faithful to your Catholic faith? What's that look like? Like who are those people in your life? Where'd you meet them? How'd you get plugged in with them? You know what I'm saying? Like, where did that begin?
So most of the people that like keep me plugged into my faith is like the people who I've met here at the church.
Yeah.
My friends who I've met here at the church, and like during the retreats.
Right.
During like stuff like this, I guess, like just little things like that,
Right. Yeah. That's a beautiful thing. And like, what do you think those friends do for you that no other type of friend can do?
They understand like my faith. They understand it. Because I've had friends to where they're like, oh, let's go out on Sunday. And I'm like, I can't. That's the day of the Lord. And they're like, you can skip one day. And I'm like, no, I can't.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it's little things like that too. Like friends who would understand that, because we shouldn't even be shopping on a Sunday, to be honest, because it's that sacred of a day. Like we will take that time for Sundays to go shopping. It's like, no, those are actually time where it's designated by the church for you to spend time with your family or friends, hosting people, doing dinners. I mean, it is a holy day. It is a sacred day, right? And so to have friends like that, I know, yeah, it goes a long way. I definitely had my share of being around people who were just bad influences. You know what I mean? And I don't know. I would say, maybe you can talk to it a little bit, but like sometimes when you have friends outside of the scope of people who aren't associated with faith or have a rhythm of life, I've personally like encountered like shady people. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
People who like flake on you or use you. Like, I don't know. Could you connect to that, or do you feel like that's not always the case?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
Just like I've like been in like at least like a few toxic friendships and friend groups and stuff.
Yeah.
So I get what you mean by that. But like in the end, I ended up finding people who like accepted me as me,
Right.
and like who treat me as like a person.
Yeah. I mean, that's all we want to do at the end of the day is be loved. Like, no one wants to some sort of capacity not be loved, to be neglected, to be used as just sort of like a bridge to get to the other side of something that you're trying to accomplish. It's like, man, using people in that way is so detrimental to mental health. Using people in that is like to people's confidence, to even like, am I even cared about? You know what I'm saying? And so like to have friends in your life who are walking in pursuit of heaven, like it's a beautiful thing. I've told this to my kids, and man, I would say this to you and anyone listening. Like, having the right people in your life is going to be essential for you growing in your relationship with Jesus, because you need accountability, right? You're going to fail. You have the sacraments, but accountability is such a big thing as well. You want people in your life that are going to walk with you, that are speaking the same language as you, and not because anyone else outside of that can't necessarily do that, but they're just not, their head isn't always in like with eyes on heaven. And that's like a big thing for me. It's like having your eyes on heaven. And so for you to have friends who are involved in their faith, I mean, those are the people that you want to cling on to. And man, I love that about you, that you have that, you recognize that. And you and I both know that there's people you've met here who look up to you. You know what I mean? And again, going back to accountability, that puts you and myself in a position where, because not only because like we shouldn't do the right thing only because people are looking up to, we should do the right thing because God desires intimacy and a relationship with us to like the level and extent that nothing on earth and no relationship on earth can ever fulfill. And so that's such a beautiful thing, man. But what would you kind of closing this out, what would you say to any young person? I've asked this question to the other teens, but I love for this response to continue to be consistent, like straight from the mouth of another teenager to one teenager who's listening in, someone who is struggling to find faith, rhythm in their life, or to be consistent. Like what words of encouragement would you have for them, given that you're someone who takes the Lord seriously in your life?
Listen, if you ever feel left out or alone, just like find people. And that's like one of the things that I did. I felt like often alone and left out, and like that I didn't have anyone who was like with me, with my religion, who understood me in a way. Find people, make friends with people who have like similar things. If you see someone who's like you, who's like eating alone at like a retreat, or if they're just by themselves, like at a camp or something, or even during like a Bible study, just invite them with you. You could end up making a new friend that way. You could end up like, that person could be your best friend like in the end. Or even then, take that first step to be the thing that you want to be.
Yeah. I love that. That is so good. You should never have this thing where you should never be someone who someone approaches and leaves bitter. You know what I'm saying? Like, people shouldn't encounter you and meet you and leave worse. Like, people should always meet you. That's the type of person that we should all be. Is that be the type of person that people meet and walk out a better version of themselves. And so what better way to do that when you're plugged into community, when you're walking with the Lord, when you know what the Lord has for your life, right? Even if you don't have the answers, but rather just like, I have an idea because this is what the Word of God says. I have an idea because this is what I heard at Mass. I have an idea because I've personally encountered Him in adoration. And be that type of person that shares faith and that walks with people, man, in such a beautiful way. And you're doing that. And I know that because I've heard testimony. You know what I mean? So thank you for being such a gift to the church. Thank you for being such a gift to this community. I know that I've said that before, but truth does not change, right? And just because another person can be a gift doesn't mean that you can't either. I mean, you really, really are. And so it's such a pleasure and honor to have you on this episode, to be able to just share a little bit about, some cool experiences that you've had. I mean, geez, the fact that Elvis Presley has a mountaintop experience in the Holy Land, which is so weird.
You gotta go. It's insane.
I would love to go. To be honest, I just I can't be on a flight for that long. It's
Retirement. It was oh my gosh. It was like 22 hours. I swear.
Was it 22 hours?
Yeah, it was 22 hours. We had like a layover.
Oh no!
And we had a layover in Germany.
That's insane.
And that was just for the first pilgrimage too.
Okay, last thing. What did you do for 22 hours? How did you spend that time?
I slept.
You slept for 22 hours? I feel like I would start doing lunges down the aisle. You know what I'm saying? I would lose my mind for 20 hours, 22 hours in a plane. Part of the reason why I haven't been to the Holy Land, the other is just it's so expensive to go. But even if I had the money, I would only be hesitant for that reason. But hey, a good podcast, a good book could potentially get me through it. Maybe a good movie. So anyway, but
just listen through all the PO Youth podcasts.
Yeah, all the reruns, run it back. But anyway,
run it back.
So Zavi, thank you so much for being with us. It was such a joy having you.
Thank you for having me.
You bet. And if you're listening for the first time and you haven't subscribed to our channel, this will be on YouTube as well. It'll be on Spotify. It'll be on Apple Podcasts. So subscribe to it on YouTube, please, because that'll help algorithms and push into other people's feeds. But here's the thing. If you feel like there was something in this episode or the previous episodes, or depending on when this releases, that has blessed you, that has spoken to you, that you've found some sort of encouragement, would you bless somebody by sharing this video? Would you send it to your friends, send it to your family, post it maybe on social media, say, hey man, there is something here for you. And if you are a teenager listening and you're trying to find a church home or a place, man, the Shrine of St. Padre Pio has a place for you. We have reserved a seat at the table for you, and we want you to be a part of PO Youth. It's going to be a big year, big year this year where, there's a lot of fun stuff coming our way, new things, even heading into the next summer. I know Devo, which is our Bible study, has been something that's been super fruitful and beneficial. So if you haven't plugged into Devo, we've got 3 sessions left, and I promise you don't have to be a part of any of the other ones. But anyway, actually by the time this releases, I don't even know if we will have Devo. Hopefully we will. But if not, by the time this releases, here's what I will say. It's a big year for PO Youth. Plug in. We kick off September 20th, Sunday, September 20th. So go to shrineofstpadrepio.com, go to our youth section and get plugged in, get registered, and we will see you here. That's right. Sign up, Zavi. Anyway, all right. We're checking out here from the Youth Culture Podcast. It's been a pleasure. We will see you on the next episode. See ya.
Bye.